triangle that Parente's setting up here.
Both toes in the cage.
Look at that armbar attempt.
Lorenzo Parente with the quick submission.
Hello and welcome to this week's Open Mat. We are joined by PFL rising star, Scottish hopeful Lorenzo Parente, 4-0 in his professional career and had a decorated amateur career. Thank you for your time, man. We really appreciate it. We know as a young guy who is trying to make his way in this world, in the mixed martial arts world, it's difficult, and it's difficult for time because you're dividing your time by your actual life, you're dividing it into training, and there's so much other things going on in your life that a lot of people don't really know. It's easy being a pro at my level because all I have to do is be a fighter. But for you guys, it's a lot different. You've got PTs, you've got all this kind of stuff. Like, how are you finding it?
It's good now, man. I'm enjoying life. Training's going well. As you said, I need to do PTs and stuff like that to get by. So it is quite hard at times, but I'm enjoying it, man. It's good.
I know. I see it. I see quite a few of the guys in the gym. These are juggling, obviously. These are absolutely killing sessions. So we're maybe in for an hour and a half in the morning, and then you're then having to go and get washed, and then going PT. And I'm like, I remember the days. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. But these are the things that they get you ready for when you can just pull back. And it's part of the business. It's like having a full-time job as well as juggling all this kind of stuff. So you're in the right process. How did you get into MMA? What was your path?
So where I'm from, like, you kind of need to know how to fight. Like, it's quite a rough area. So
I picked you up in the old neighbourhood this morning. It was nice for me to take a wee trip down memory lane and get you.
So I always knew when I was younger, like, I needed to learn how to defend myself eventually, and I only done it to learn how to defend myself to begin with. I never thought, like, 9 years later I'd be fighting on PFL, 4-0 as a pro, like, living this life. It's crazy, man. So
was it MMA you went into, or was there boxing, or was there another martial arts you'd hit?
So I went into boxing to begin with. I'd go a couple of times a week, and then eventually, like, I merged into, like, MMA. I'd done stuff with my brother, trained with my brother and my uncle and stuff. We'd done MMA, and then eventually, obviously, my uncle's gym shut, so it was just me and my brother at one point. So we're actually just training in the back garden, like, just doing pads, skipping, and we always had this dream of, like, being, like, world champions and, like, becoming what we're doing now, you know what I mean? Like,
you're getting so close to it.
Yeah, definitely. So I got in it just to learn how to defend myself, and now
you're making it as a career. That's impressive.
I remember you coming. I was training at the gym, and I remember him coming when he was just a wee guy.
What age would you have been?
14.
14, 15, yeah.
Like an actual boy, I remember training at the gym in Longstone, downstairs in the weights area. I don't know if you remember, Enzo had a big massive, like, DVD collection in the back of the reception.
I do remember.
And I can remember coming in, paying my money, and you were sitting on there was wee couches in the back. As I don't know if I should bring it up, but you were sat with Lana. I remember it. So a long time ago now, like, that feels like a long time ago, but I mind just sitting there with your fucking wee school shirt on me.
It feels like a lifetime ago, man.
I know. That was the day in the car when you went, I'm 24 next month, and I was just like, yeah, fucker. Like, I'd have been like 24 then. You know what I mean?
That's nuts.
It's wild. So it's mate, it shows, like, a lot of people think this is an overnight thing. It's fucking it's decades, like actual decades.
At what point did it change for you, going from being just train mixed martial arts to there's an actual positive destination for me here?
I'd say when I was about 17, I started training at CV Jiu-Jitsu with Ben Fletcher. He kind of took me under his wing, and I was, like, his top guy. So I was competing in Jiu-Jitsu quite a lot. I was getting quite a lot of success in the Scottish competitions. I was winning, like, blue belt, open weight categories and stuff like that. I was kind of like the man around the jiu-jitsu scene for a while. And then eventually I started taking MMA fights, but I was only training jiu-jitsu in the gi, and I would do MMA in my spare time with Ben. And I had a boxing coach as well. I'd do a bit of boxing with him. So I was actually taking MMA fights when I was just training jiu-jitsu and boxing.
And like a blue belt at the time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was blue belt. Yeah.
And that gym was genuinely like a container unit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
like just a unit.
It was.
With mats.
It was so small.
See, when you see these gyms in America, and they're all singing, all dancing, all clean mats, all this kind of stuff, and you listen to everybody's story that's coming through this, and it's like, we had to we had to put out the mats every day and pull them back in, or we had to train and we mouldy buildings.
Do you remember it? Piling them up in the corner, mate. I mind that. Everybody at the end fucking pile them all back up, mate. When you do hear, we've obviously had guys like Chris Duncan and stuff a few weeks ago away over at ATT and just talking about you're just getting out of bed, getting showered, getting your food, going to train. Like, you can't begin like that. No. I don't think that's a good foundation at all. And I think the guys who do begin in these like mega gyms, I don't know, I don't feel like they're sort of built tough enough. I don't. I think, see, when you've always had something good, you always expect it to be good. So the first time, I used the same analogy with my son the other day, right? He like cruises through school, it's so easy. And I'm like, what's actually going to happen when he hits some sort of, fuck, this is difficult? Because he just coasts through everything without even trying. So what's going to happen when something's difficult? If you've not already had something difficult before you. And that's why I think it's so important, the foundations of these gyms that, mate, fucking, I remember going to that gym, you hadn't paid the electric bill, it was dark, training in the dark, like, well, we're here anyway, we're just gonna have to fucking train, and freezing cold, mate, you know, like all these situations where a lot of gyms now, you wouldn't be able to comprehend that. The guys would go home, they'd just be like, fuck this, I'm not training here.
Do you mind one time we had like the petrol generator outside the gym, to keep filling up with petrol to keep the lights on. That's crazy, man.
Boys all in, training in the dark.
It's
just how it was.
Makes you who you are. Makes you who you are. Was there MD, like, sees you were like getting into MMA, was there MD you were looking up to, like, right, this is the guy who I want to try and mimic? He's the guy who I believe is going to be something special, like UFC, Bellator, any of these kind of promotion, even jiu-jitsu?
Like, obviously McGregor back in his prime, like when I was like 15, he was up and coming, so like he did have a big role in like making me want to kind of start the sport, just purely from like where he came from. Like, he was on the dough and stuff like that. He was from quite a rough area, and he made it to like the big stage, you know, the top, became a world champion and stuff. So I'd say he inspired me a lot. But like in terms of like my area, I never really had anyone to look up to, or like anyone's footsteps to follow, and so I kind of had to make my own way in MMA. There was no really any big names when I was coming up, so like in Edinburgh anyway, obviously I had like yourself, Chris Duncan and all that in the UFC, look up to you guys, but from my area, not really anyone.
In Edinburgh generally, I think the MMA scene is very lacking. It's just bizarre.
Well, now they've got somebody to look up to. Like, see, when you think about that, like, you're one of these guys who the next generation of guys are going to look up to and going to be like, that's the guy I want to, like, he's the guy I want to copy, I want to go to PFL, I want to go further afield, and it's a cool full circle where you had nobody. I had nobody as well. You had nobody, and it's now about like we've got people to look up to now.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It's like you're creating your own path.
Aye, and you're still just cutting about in the same place you came from, which is the best thing, mate. It is the best. Like, see, just still being able to walk down the same road, like it's so important.
Is there a bit of air about you now in your local area? Do people recognise you? People.
It's nuts, man. Cool. Sometimes I'm like, I go to the shop with my mum a couple of weeks ago, and people recognise me, like, oh, well done in your fight and that. And my mum's like, who's that? I'm like, I don't even know. Like, it's crazy, man.
But you're not going up to Bevian and stuff, which is the main thing. Like, you're not really into that. You've never really been like that, eh?
Nah, I spend all my time in the gym, man. Like, if I'm not training, I'm at home resting, I'm eating, and then I'm training again. Like, I don't go out, I rarely go with my friends. I've got like maybe two pals that I meet every so often, go for food and stuff, but nah.
And that's loads.
That was the thing we'd spoke about with quite a lot of the guys that have been in open mat, is there comes a point in your life where you have to change your routine, because sometimes the people you're running about with are only great for what you want to do as your career, like and to push you forward as a mixed martial arts. So did you find that like you had to like pull back for some of your old mates, like I can't really have time to go out and do that stupid shit with you anymore, I need to pull back? Aye,
definitely, man. Like, I can't go out with my mates on the weekend and go and drink and have a kebab, you know what I mean? Like, I can't do that. It's got to hold me back from my dreams, like, but it's a big part's like who you surround yourself with, and I'm surrounded with like the best competitors in Europe, you know what I mean? So if I'm surrounded with 4 world champions, I'm going to be the 5th, you know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. So yeah, you're in a good group with you, and like when you think about like Mark, you think about all the guys in higher level who are all roughly the same weight, all roughly looking to have the same dream. Like, it's great that these are all bouncing off each other. Was there a point where you were like, because you signed very early for PFL,
Was there a point where you're like, should I sign with them, or should I hold back and do a few more local shows, or was it just like, listen, PFL's there, I need to take this opportunity?
Yeah, when they came forward with that, like, I knew I needed to take it. And if I'm not ready now, when am I going to be ready? You know what I mean? So the only way to find out is take the fights and find it. Like,
there was the other offer you made. I don't know, are you allowed to talk about that? Mind what we said in the car?
PFL offered me for next year. They offered me the featherweight tournament. They offered me a spot in that. I don't know if I'm going to say it, but I'll just tell you anyway. But so I actually spoke to your nutritionist Lee, and he told me to go and get a DEXA scan and stuff. So went and got a DEXA scan. The results came back, and it turns out like I can just make featherweight, like just. So I'm not too sure it's sustainable for like a tournament format, and because it's a tournament next year, like it was Lee and stuff like that, and my coaches James and Kieran, they spoke and they thought it was the best decision not to go forward with that. So I won't be doing that, but it's good that they came to me with that opportunity. It just shows that like I'm on that level. Like,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
to
cool,
be part of the European tournament. It's one of these things, you can make the weight, but with regards to PFL, you have to make the weight multiple times within a short period of time. And we spoke about this last week with regards to myself. I can make the weight one-off fights. Yeah. But there needs to be like a bounce back where I need to recover and replenish all my reserves that I've actually just wasted, and that was pretty much the same for what you found out with your DEXA.
Pretty much, man. It's like for the whole year I would need to diet. I couldn't have like one cookie probably. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's the thing you said is the first thing you said, like your testosterone level is going to be in the gutter, eh?
Yeah, that's what Lee said.
It's not great at 23-year-old.
You'll be in low energy, so your testosterone will be so low, your cravings will be through the roof. So it's not really sustainable in a short period of time to make weight 3 times. So
it doesn't make sense. Because sometimes it's about living as well. The last thing you want to be doing is basically killing yourself for the purposes of a fight, whereas you've got a great record now, so you don't have to move, right? Ideally, having a few fights in the lower weight class there'd be an advantage of size, but you don't need to do it because you've already got that experience in this weight class.
There's no rush as well. Like I'm only 23, so I've got plenty of time. You know what I mean? I'm in no rush to jump into any tournament, so I want to make the smartest decisions.
Was it cool getting that opportunity to go and do these DEXA scans and all this kind of stuff?
Man, I enjoyed it. It was pretty cool. Like,
because normally we wouldn't, like, I remember the first time I got to experience this kind of stuff, and I was kind of blown away that people are willing to give me their time and look after me and try and steer me in the right direction. Because for a long time, weight cutting is basically just, I'll dehydrate myself, I'll starve myself, and we didn't know, but now we've actually got the information.
Yeah, it's cool to see, man.
When we were fighting on some of these shows, same day weigh-in shows.
I've done that a few times at amateur.
And everybody just dehydrated to death, cutting the weight to bits. Still just didn't know. Had no knowledge on it whatsoever.
So you were saying about that tournament. Is there an opportunity for the tournament in your current weight class?
So Mark will be doing that, I'm pretty sure.
Right,
so I'm pretty sure he's got that spot for next year. But I've still got 3 fights left on my contract, so I'll just be doing showcase fights next year.
Have you got anything lined up? Have you got somewhere there you're like, this is where I want to be fighting?
I've not got anything lined up so far, but I know that they're coming in March, so like I should be on that card. Like I'm pretty sure.
It's a European. It's in Manchester, is it?
Is it? I'm not too sure. I've not found out yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the UK,
Newcastle or somewhere. That's one of these places. It's one of the. It's an English city anyway.
And they like it, didn't they? Yeah. Get me a chance to travel a bit of Europe as well, maybe, mate. You excited about that?
Hopefully fighting like, I don't know, like Paris or something like that'd be cool.
Rome would be a good one, I think.
That'd be sick.
Aye.
Is this the PFL schedule for next year?
We'll see now.
They might not have released it.
I'm not too sure, man.
I
don't know if it was Liverpool or Manchester.
I'm sure it's one of these cities like Manchester, Liverpool.
Could do it in that Echo, that Echo Arena.
Was there not issues with the Liverpool one? Was there not? I thought they had issues with putting MMA shows in the Liverpool Arena.
Oh, I don't know.
Positive. Could be wrong.
Nah.
I know it's in the UK. I'm pretty sure it's in the UK.
So that's where you're setting your goals on, and then just going to be working towards that. What's your development like been for you joined higher level? Because I know that the joining the higher level has made my development huge, but a young guy like yourself who's like a sponge.
Yeah.
So like, I'll jump in. I remember you obviously before then. So was there anything that was not clicking before you went to higher level and you got to a stage where you realised, right, I can't keep doing this? Because you're, I think you know what I'm going to say, because it's always, and I know it will still bother you now. I'll let you crack on then, on you go.
So I think just like putting everything together, like moving to a higher level, like I had pretty decent jiu-jitsu, like that was like my strong point, and my boxing was pretty decent, but everything else was shit. Like my wrestling was terrible. I didn't know how to get up off my back and stuff. So just learning like the basics of that and putting like my whole game together, like merging everything together and becoming like a true like mixed martial arts fighter, like all well rounded. Yeah.
It's the game has changed. We speak about it all the time. How gone are the days of being a good jiu-jitsu practitioner or a good boxer. Like, oh, he's got good boxing skills. Like now it has to be, no, he needs to be a mixed martial artist. If you can't do it all, you'll get found out and then you'll get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
And who was it convinced you to go to a higher level?
It was actually, I'd got a fight booked. I was still training just jiu-jitsu and boxing at the time, and I got a fight booked against actually one of your old teammates, Ryan. And Keir Harvey messaged me. He was like, if you want extra sparring rounds, come through to us. So I started going through to them on a Friday and a Sunday for sparring. And I was still training at my old gym at CVU, jiu-jitsu and boxing, like I said. And so it was Keir and Mark I knew. So I started going then. But when I was there, I knew, I was like, I need to be here full time. Like, I know I need to be here full time if I want to take this like seriously, and I want to make a career out of this. So yeah.
I think that's the same for most people when they start coming there. We had the same with Gemma Alds. She was coming up and spreading her time between higher level and Ayrshire Hit Squad, and there became a point where she was like, I know what I need to do, and sometimes it's hard. To turn it's not so much turning your back on your old team, but that you need to be selfish in this sport, because everybody else is selfish, and the last thing is when you're coming to the end of your career and you look back and it's like, I should have done this. So like, I think the vast majority of people have that same realisation when it comes to being one of these big gyms within Scottish MMA.
I think it would have been hard at your age as well, because you do still have that like, oh, this person's done X, Y, and Z for me. But at the same time, like if a person did, or I'm not saying Ben, I know Ben, I like Ben, so I'm not saying Ben was pissed off or anything, but he would have had to accept it for you to develop. You couldn't stay there, mate.
I think you knew that as well. Yeah, like he done as much as he possibly could for me. I'm so grateful for that. Like he always gave me his free time, you know what I mean? But there came a point where it's like, right, if I'm going to take this seriously, I need to be surrounded with the best. Like if I want to take this to the next level.
And you can't just be training in the gi 3 nights a week and then going into MMA fights.
And the type of people who are training me as well, like I'm training people that are full time in MMA, whereas back then I'm training with people that have still got jobs. They're just coming in to do a bit of jiu-jitsu at night. It's just a hobby for them. You know what I mean? So I need to be surrounded with people that it's like their whole life, because it's my whole life. And
it's a very extreme pursuit.
It is.
Like it's hard. People will listen to that and be like, no, there's no way they do that. Like people will watch like you or these videos with the weight cuts and the dieting and stuff, and they'll be like, there's no way he actually does that, because it's so fucking hard to comprehend. See, sometimes even I'm like, fucking hell, that's extreme, and I'm used to seeing it. So what does like your average guy, like you say, he goes to work Monday to Friday and he's in the gym a couple of nights a week, like even for someone on the fringes of it, it's so hard to comprehend how fucking body deep you have to go. You do have to completely immerse in it, otherwise it just isn't going to happen. And you're going to come up, because all that's going to happen is you're going to fight somebody who does do it, and he's going to beat you, and he's going to make it look easy. That fucking happened to me. So it's you're in a great spot now, and obviously, do you think you'll get the 3 fights in 2025?
I'm hoping so. Yeah, I'm hoping to get them in, definitely. Like,
does the no elbows rule bother you?
I'm not too bothered about that, to be honest. But like, I don't know, maybe when I'm on top of somebody in the mountain and I can't elbow them, maybe then I'll be bothered about, oh fuck, I wish I could elbow him right now. But I'm not too sure if they're changing that eventually. I heard for the final, and the PFL final in December, there's elbows in the final. I'm pretty sure. Oh really? Yeah, they changed that
this year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the finals, the European finals, the elbows are allowed. So hopefully going forward they bring them back in, because that'd be good for my game.
It would definitely. A lot of high level, we use a lot of elbow. There's a lot of stuff for it.
Especially when you're on mount on somebody, like sitting an elbow in their face.
You got any idea of somebody you could be fighting, or do you like a certain fight? Have you seen somebody you'd like to? You got any beef with anybody?
I've not got any beef with anybody now.
No, nobody saying anything to you?
I was supposed to fight Jay Aspinwall, actually. I fought him at amateur, so I was meant to fight him for in PFL Glasgow. He pulled it like 3 or 4 weeks out, so I'd like to get that fight back.
Is that Aspen Wall? That's how you spell his name. I remember that.
The Welsh boy. I smoked him in amateur anyway, but I'd like to do it again in pro. Maybe put his lights out this time.
Aye. Yeah. What is it about him you didn't like?
I don't know, man. Just the fact that he wanted to fight me again. Like I whooped him. Like
so he asked to fight you.
Yeah,
at PFL Glasgow.
Yeah, they wanted to fight. So I'm like,
and you're offended.
I've already beat you.
How dare you?
Yeah, like come on.
Aye, that is it.
Do you do? So we spoke to Mark Ewan, and he does a lot of personal development. Do you do any of that kind of stuff to help yourself?
Because you're pretty tight with Mark, yeah.
Aye,
He's a bros.
Aye.
You just casually use
get a lot
the
of tips
N-word
on
around
that.
him.
Nah, he gives me a lot of tips and stuff like that. Like recommends good books and that for self-development. He's like proper into it, like cold water therapy, like meditation, all that. Like I'm not on it as much as him, but I do like reading a little bit of self-development book and try to work on your mental state and stuff. Yeah.
But it's like extreme, like we're saying there.
Yeah,
you just come across these guys and like you're as all in gets, but you still get people who push these other facets it even further to the point you're saying like, fucking hell, this guy is.
Just get that extra advantage.
Aye. And it has to be like that.
Mark's in that world where
he's loves it. Loves it.
That's why I was asking, obviously, being so close to him.
Yeah.
Like, is he passed on any of these kind of stuff?
It's definitely rubbed off. Some of the stuff. Yeah.
Is there anybody else that you've got in your world who helps you develop? It might not be MMA, it might be your personality, it might be something that, like, even the ability to talk on camera, this kind of stuff.
Well, all my teammates as well. Like, I see Sean coming and do the podcast. Like, he's good at talking, so I need to get.
He for some reason can just turn it on.
He's really good.
He just
what we were just saying in the car, like he's
just. Like his soul leaves him, and this other person just kind of comes in and starts talking.
He's doing very good in his media stuff. I think now he's doing excellent.
He's actually really quiet in person.
Aye, but people wouldn't believe you.
As soon as you put a camera in front of his face, it just like switched on. I mind actually being on a podcast with him, and he was just talking away, and I'm like sitting there like,
who is this guy?
How's he so good at this?
But that, like you said on the way through, at your age, you do have to. That's so important, eh? Yeah. Like your social media is important. The stuff you're posting is important.
Yeah,
like it's not just about the ability to fight now.
It's not good enough. Yeah. Like it's good, but it's not good enough. Like if you're not getting your personality across, like how do you expect PFL to match you on big fights if they didn't know anything about you?
Yeah.
So and again, it's another extra hurdle for a young guy that was never there before. It's been created, eh?
It definitely should be something that more people are more. There should be a company out there who's getting involved in that to help young guys with their media, because when you think about like Olympics, football, all these guys are media trained.
Managed. Completely managed to stop you fucking being out your banger one night and tweeting something outrageous and then deleting it, and like all these big sports have got people to make sure you don't go doing that stupid shit. You're not getting photos of you taking in a nightclub at fucking 3 a.m, steaming, doing stuff you shouldn't be. Like MMA, we're just still a bit behind on that one, eh? And that obviously you didn't need to look too far in the news to see big name MMA fighters fucking up all the time now. Yeah. But it is a big thing. It's a bit of a minefield out there, eh?
So many boxes you need to tick. Like you need to be good at media, you need to be good at fighting, you need to be on point with your nutrition. Like, there's so many aspects of it. Like,
your media will be fine. I think you'll be all right, mate.
Hopefully.
Just get going live on the TikTok.
Aye, like you're live every day.
You think the promotions should provide media training?
Yes,
because it's quite such a just on your own in MMA, aren't you? So do you think it's a cost that gyms should look at, maybe bringing people in, or promotions?
I think it should be down to the individual. I think it's like if you've got a nutritionist, you'd pay for a nutritionist, you'd pay for a conditioning coach, you'd pay for an MMA coach. Why would you not pay to improve your media and pay to have someone maybe take pictures, maybe make videos, maybe do all this kind of extra stuff? And I think it's just it has to go hand in hand with you as a whole athlete.
For the company side of things, I was meaning it more of a protection of the company, because I'm sure we'll go into it on the main episode, but obviously everything that's going on with Conor McGregor now is damaging the UFC. Like, I think that looks fucking atrocious. I don't know a situation how that can. I mean, we're seeing his image being removed for all sorts of things now, and this week it's only going to get worse. And that's not even a full-on criminal conviction. Like, imagine you were criminally convicted of X. Like, the UFC have had guys commit all sorts of crimes while working for them. All promotions have. Cage Warriors have done it. I'm certain PFL will have guys who've done all kinds of things. They keep their job. So it's a tough one. Like, should you get sacked for pro fighters? They're no role models, mate. They're probably bad. Like, they didn't come from nice areas usually. They didn't have nice upbringings usually, and don't really keep good company usually. So can you be that surprised when a pro MMA fighter gets done for fucking anything? It's fighting in the street, fucking robbing a show. Who was the boy robbed all the handbags? Mind him. Fought in the UFC.
Razor Muhdadi.
Is that who it was?
No, it was Razor Muhdadi, because remember Norman Park hit him with a bag.
Hit him with a bag, that's right. Like, guys are just out there just doing mad stuff because they come for these backgrounds. Like you, mate, it could be hard work. It would be very easy for you to bump into, well, we were talking about a guy there. Yeah. Imagine you bump into him and just decide to go out for a couple of drinks with him. Next thing you know.
Chaos.
Aye, because these guys are still who you grew up with, are cutting about your local area, just looking for something to do. Yeah. Looking for somebody to come along and date with them. And then avoiding that is hard. But I don't know. I suppose you're right. The media should fall on yourself. You're responsible for what you're posting. There can't be another way.
And you're responsible for what you say.
Aye, for sure.
What about MMA? Obviously consumes a lot of your life. Like, it consumes a lot of my life. Do you have any outside hobbies, or is it just I do MMA?
Literally just all MMA, mate.
Just
like,
that,
pretty much. Aye, like.
No fancy a bit of golf for that.
Mate, I can't even hit the ball. Like, I've tried. I went to Top Golf. PFL invited us to Top Golf, and they had all the filming crew and everything, and I couldn't even hit the ball once. The guy was like, right, I'll film you, go. Just miss it. They like to mark who's the best at golf, who's the worst, and then Mark's like, who's the worst? And he just points at me. It's me just taking a big swing, just missed the ball.
Mark was able to hit the ball very well.
Does Mark golf?
He's good. No, I just imagine he could do it. Like, it doesn't matter what he's doing.
He's that type of guy.
Kieran Reid was really good. He's like, I've never golfed before. I was like, aye, mate, sound. You're hitting the ball every time.
He's been doing the park with a golf club a few times.
Definitely.
Paul likes a wee round of golf.
I do. What do you do with your downtime then?
Mate, I like just chilling out, watching some movies and that, switching off. Like, because I think about MMA all day, every day. If I'm not training, I'm thinking about it. So sometimes just like try and switching off. Like, I don't know, read a book, watch a movie. I like going on walks. I've been going on walks quite a lot. Just try and zone out, and I don't think about like all the time. I don't want to consume me at that point.
It's difficult to turn yourself off, especially when you've got a fight.
Do you feel the pressure now that you're signed to PFL?
It's funny, actually. I don't really feel any pressure now when it comes to fighting. Like, I know, like, I train so hard. Like, I don't train to win anymore. Like, I train to dominate. You know what I mean? Like, the pressure, it doesn't really cross my mind, because losing doesn't even cross my mind. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not scared to lose though.
No. Well, you lost as an amateur.
I lost. I took all my L's. Like, so there's no pressure. Like, what's the worst can happen? I lose a fight. Who cares? Next week, mate, I'm back in the gym. Who gives a fuck? Like.
You see the GSP one, nobody cares, mate. You zig when you should have zagged, you got clipped and knocked out. No one cares, mate. Only bothers you.
Even if you get a big win, people will talk about it for a week, maybe 2 weeks.
If you're lucky. Aye. If you're like, people aren't talking about John Jones and Stipe anymore. That's gone. That was only 10 days ago.
It's such a fickle sport, isn't it?
Aye.
Why put all this pressure on you? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good outlook, especially.
Pressure's not real.
I like it.
Literally, yeah.
I wish I had these young guys as I was coming up to, like, kind of steer me in the right direction, because I feel pressure, like, and it probably can overconsume me in quite a lot of my fights, just because I feel like, fuck, I've got to win. I've got to do this, and I've got to, and it's not even winning. Winning is not what I need. You need to win
emphatically.
Like, it needs to be done with a submission or a knockout.
You need the highlight reel finish. You do. That's the level we've got to now. And I can imagine at a 23-year-old that being a fucking lot to manage. Like, I saw Sean at the weekend there, his clips everywhere, doing the rounds.
How many times have you seen that body shot delivered in a spark session?
I've been hit with it, mate.
I've been hit with it, it's horrible.
I've been hit with it with a fucking body shield on, and I've almost went down. Like, literally, the body shots at the end of the striking session, he's like, almost dropped me with body shots. Holding the pass for him's a nightmare, man. Like, I've been hit that body shot, and I know with 4 ounce gloves on, what that guy would have felt. Like,
does it make you keen to get back in there, seeing that at the weekend?
Aye, it was cool. It was cool, man. Yeah.
And you just want to get going now?
Aye, I do. Like, I know I'm not fighting till March. at least. So like I just need to chill and relax, enjoy my training. Like I've had 3 fights this year, so
that's a good one.
In between fights, I've always been constantly thinking about my next fight. Whereas now I'm like, I can take this time to like focus on my training and getting better, eating good. You know what I mean? Like not having to focus on a fight right now is pretty good. Yeah.
Are you happy to just let PFL pick the opponent for you?
Literally, I'm happy.
Is that where you're at now? Just
yeah, I feel confident, man. Like I know how good I am. I'm so good now. Like I've got miles better in the past like 2 or 3 years. I've been at high level, so like I'm confident I can beat anybody on the European stage. Like right now, yeah.
And what was that? 3 years you said you'd been at higher level.
It'll be 3 years in May.
Aye,
it's went rapid, mate. It's crazy. Been there 3 years. Still feel like I'm new.
So if that's your development in only 3 years, so like what'll it be in another year, and another year, and another year? Because obviously you've fucking plenty miles left.
That's what makes me so confident as well.
Because of your age.
Yeah, my age and how far I've come on in the past 3 years. So yeah,
and it can only go up for there.
Definitely. Moving forward, is there something that you want to do after fighting? Is there an area you want to go into? Because I know you do coaching at the moment. Is there something like opening up a gym? Is it maybe getting into the world of media?
I've not really thought about that much, man.
I know you're in like mid-20s, but
yeah, I always think about like when I retire, I want to just train in the gi every day, have my black belt and stuff. Just train, enjoy life. Like obviously not training in May. Probably just do jiu-jitsu when I'm older. I see myself like a 50-year-old black belt coming in, big fatty, coming out to train, enjoying my food, enjoying life. Yeah, I've not really thought about like what I want to do after fighting. I'm just focused on what I want.
Gi was always your favourite thing though, eh? I remember that back when we were training.
It's hard to find time for it, isn't it? It's so much better than no gi.
Yeah, I wish I had the time to fit a few gi sessions in, man, but I'm training so much now, it's hard to fit it in. It's hard to even fit my strength and conditioning in. I'm struggling, literally.
Is that just because obviously you're not driving, because there's a lot of there's a lot of factors that people didn't realise with somebody your age. Like I know they think, oh, he's on PFL and he's getting loads of money, but it's not the case, is it? It's not how it is, mate.
This is the same in the UFC. It doesn't matter what promotion you're at.
Aye.
Like everybody thinks you're making loads and loads of money, and it's far from it.
And really at this stage there's nothing but costs for you.
I know.
It's only costs. It's investing into yourself and hoping, because you really are just hoping like you get a big fight and you recoup this money, because it's going to feel like that. And now it's just outgoing. Can I get a lift? I'm jumping on a train. I've got PTs at this time. I'm having to stay in the gym all day because I can't. It makes more sense to just stay there than to go home and come back again.
That's what I do, man. I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. Literally, love it. Travelling into the gym every day, like I'm grateful enough to have my mum lets me use her car sometimes, so I get to use that a couple of times a week, get through, do my PTs.
Don't even be embarrassed to say this stuff, mate. It's just how it goes.
Honestly, like I need to get the train through like every day and then walk for the train station up, like getting lifts off folk and that. Like, it's hard, but I'm kind of enjoying the process.
Aye,
you know what I mean, I'm enjoying the journey.
You've got to share the realities of it though, because people just think that there's loads of money in this, and it's not how it is. Like it's a labour of love, eh? It's no, if you want money, you're in the wrong sport. Like there's
if you want glory,
aye.
This is a sport for you. Have you got any advice for young guys who are wanting to get into the sport? Because we see young guys in the gym, and there's guys like Kai and there's guys like Tank who are in the gym every day, and they're 16-year-olds.
So their parents are supporting them now, which is pretty cool to see. So that we must be doing something right, like you, Chris Duncan, all the bigger fighters, like the Scottish names. Like I feel like people's parents now are allowing them to train because they're seeing there's a bit of success here.
There's an opportunity,
and you can actually make a career at this. So they're training twice a day. They're like the next generation. Like they are like. Kai, he's going to be crazy good. Like, you've obviously got Stephen Clance in that, but then you've got the younger generation as well. I feel like each generation is just getting better and better.
With, like you say though, that having parents helping you is huge, eh? Yeah. Because can
you imagine being because I remember Tank was 15 in the gym, had stopped going to school and was training in there like a full-time fighter. Now you imagine being that and not having to worry about your parents being like, hey, you need to get a job or you need money to live. And they're having this opportunity now to be full-time fighters, not even having any fights under their belt, but being full-time fighters and living this life.
I was like 33 before I worked out that this like swapping all your time for money is a fucking trick, eh? Like I can't believe now looking back that I never just put more effort into doing what I wanted to do, because it's constantly rammed down your throat. You need to get a job. It's fucking, it's bullshit, mate. You need to be doing what you want to do, because it's over very quick, Like, you could only, obviously we hope that doesn't happen, but you're only one kind of injury away. Something, a bad eye poke or anything, you know, could
end your career.
Could cut it short.
So anyway, back to have you got advice for these young guys coming up? It's quite a difficult thing, isn't it?
It is quite hard, because I still don't feel like I'm there myself yet. You know what I mean?
Why?
Well, I'm pro, I'm for. No, like I've had my PFL debut, but yeah, like I still feel like I'm pretty far away from being where I want to be. Like I'm on the right path though. So
you got that imposter syndrome?
A little bit. I do have that a little bit. Aye.
When did that come in?
I'm not too sure. I think I've always had it. Growing up, like when I've done, I felt a bit like that. I'm not too sure why, but
did signing with PFL not give you a bit of reassurance?
It did.
Or did it do the opposite?
Nah, it did give me a bit of reassurance, but I just feel like I'm always wanting more. Like I feel like what I am right now is not enough. So I don't know if, like, I feel like I'm good enough for people to look up to me and be inspired by it. I'm not too sure. But my advice would be just keep showing up, keep training every day, keep believing in yourself, and eventually it will happen. Like,
so what do you think you would need to do for people to be inspired by you?
I don't know, maybe like be a European champion or a world champion or something. I think that'd be enough for somebody to look at me and be like, right, he's a champion. I'm going to do what he done. Yeah.
I disagree. I think you're there. I think people look up to you. Like you're an unbeaten prospect. You're Scottish. Young guys are looking up for you, growing up in the same world that you grew up. They're definitely going to be looking at you thinking, right, I know there's an opportunity. I know there's a path. There's a pathway. True. So you're definitely inspiring that next generation.
It is pretty much unheard of. Like, to make it to like PFL, like such a big promotion like that, from where I came from. You know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people are.
How many people,
in MMA anyway.
How many people in your local area have made it? Has made it in a sport?
I can name one. Do you want to know who it is? Who grew up only
footballer?
Go on. It's Craig Gordon. Was only a few streets away from us.
So Jason Cummins.
Oh mate, fuck him by the way. He can go and fuck himself. I never liked him, mate. I had the chance to run him over on Calder Road once. I should have took it. But I remember when Craig Gordon had first signed for Hearts, and he came driving down Broomhouse Grove in a fucking BMW X5.
wow.
And I remember seeing it and being like, fucking hell. I would have been like 16. And I saw this big brand new X5 driving around the Grove, and fucking Craig Gordon driving it. And I was like, that's quality, mate.
Where was he? Where did he grow up?
Broomhouse.
Shut up.
I
never even knew that.
Aye, mate.
Broomhouse.
Aye, he was cutting about
Broomhouse. That's where I grew up, man.
Aye, when we were wee guys. Well, fucking.
You're a wee guy.
You're still fucking in your old man.
That's crazy, man. I never knew. Yeah, so him.
Aye.
I was just going to make the point that you mentioned the footballers. I don't see that any different. People look up to footballers, but you've done something just as hard as what they have.
Harder,
if not harder.
No support network. No support network.
With regards to football, you kind of like see at a young age when you're in these academies and you show any little, like even if it's playing with the school team, and you show any little bit of skill, then that'll be
nurtured.
People nurture that, and they'll set you on this path. And there's definitely paths for football.
Yeah.
What you're doing is there's no paths.
Yeah.
And it's even if you've got all the skill in the world, there is nobody there who's going to nurture you and be like, right, this is the path you need to take. And because there's so many different facets of mixed martial arts, you need to be showing skill in all of them. Like, oh, he's good at jiu-jitsu, he's good at boxing, he's good at this and this. It's very, very hard.
And in football, they come and find you.
Aye.
You have to had to go out and find the right gym and find the right people. In football, they'll come and get you. Somebody's watching your games and goes, this wee guy's got something.
You're definitely inspiring people in your area as well as people in different gyms, people in not even higher level, but guys will be looking in like, oh, if he can do it, and he came from my area, I can do it. Or he came from the same upbringing that I have. Like, you need to hold yourself in.
And you didn't have to be like, you didn't have to be going out and winning every single amateur fight before you turn pro as well. This is the other thing I see a lot of young guys. We're at a stage now where guys are protecting amateur records. Like, what is going on, mate? Like, would that not be the best place to feel fucking how bad it is to lose a fight? Like, I don't know, there's some weird things going on in MMA now. There's some obviously parts that I love, but some parts that I hate sometimes. Like, there's a definite. I even see it sometimes on big shows. Sometimes on Cage Warriors, mate, I see fights I don't like. And I'm like, oh, how's that happened? Do you know what I mean?
Just looking after their own.
Like, aye, and I know that goes on, but like, I thought Sean's fight the weekend was a very, very good back and forth fight.
Yeah.
Like a properly well matched fight, which also had the great finish. Like for me, that's how it's meant to be done.
Yeah.
And Sean needs to be going in and going with tough guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think PFL's going to do anything to protect anybody. I don't think they're going to do anything to protect you.
No.
That's for sure. You're going to get thrown in at the deep end as well.
Yeah.
And obviously you're happy to be doing it. Aye.
Like,
you want that, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
And Dylan as well. Like, Kane Musa's a massive fight.
yeah.
Like, right, cool, you're fighting him. Cool, go.
Even my last fight with the guy that offered me 8-2. Like, I didn't think they thought I was going to win that. They weren't
Really?
protecting me,
No.
Nah.
Well, why would they, mate? What did they owe
exactly.
you?
Yeah,
Didn't owe you
it's the
nothing.
game you're in as well. It's a fight
Aye.
game, you know.
It's
so.
you're going to be coming up against boys who definitely know their way about a cage, eh?
What was it like fighting in the Hydro? Because that's like, I remember walking out myself, but what was that like for you as your fourth fight?
It was crazy, man. Like madness. I mind like weeks before the fight, I was actually in my bed at night, like looking up at the ceiling, like, oh my god. I was getting a bit of adrenaline. Like, I'm fighting in the Hydro in like 2 or 3 weeks. Like, this is crazy. I'm getting in a cage and I'm fighting another guy in the Hydro. Like, it's crazy. And I remember being so scared in the lead up to it. And I remember like we drove past it. We're outside at me and Mark, and I was just looking at it, and I just got this big rush of adrenaline. I was like, this is massive. But the closer it got, like the closer to fight day, once I went in the Hydro, done the weigh-ins, I seen the arena and stuff, I just felt comfortable. I felt like I'm meant for this. And when I was walking out, man, I just got this like energy for the crowd. Like, it was like a wee roar, and I felt like it just like boosted my confidence so much. I don't know what it was, but as soon as I stepped foot in the cage, I just felt like the cage got smaller and I got bigger. That's literally how I felt, and I just performed. And it was,
You definitely did.
see, when I won, like the crowd went crazy. It was madness.
Was it good for morale as well, having people like Stevie Ray on the card and being able to look up and see them? And I'll not say what you said because it was a conversation in the car, but seeing how other people
deal with things,
did that make you feel a bit better as well?
Aye, because everyone's going through the same thing. Like, so me, Mark, Gemma and Stevie.
There is that feeling it's just you though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had that. I've had
but they're feeling the same as well.
Absolutely.
Like, so
absolutely.
Mark's feeling the same. He's focused on his fight. I'm focused on my fight. Stevie and Gemma as well. Like, but it was a bit more comfortable having them on the card and like sharing the card with them. But at the same time, you're still like in your own thoughts and you're thinking about your own fight and you've got your own nerves to deal with as well. Yeah.
What are you most worried about? Or what were you most worried about on that first fight?
I don't know what it was, Matt. It wasn't even the fight. It was just like how big the arena was. I don't know what it was. It was just like this place is massive.
It's strange the things that your mind will drift to.
It's mad because my mind made it out to be this big, massive arena. I mean, actually having dreams about it, and it was like huge. It was so big. When I got in there, I was like, it's not that big. You know what I mean? But it felt good. Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what mine was? The one that used to always, and I got to the point where I couldn't stop thinking about this, so I had to go to the sports psychologist. I used to always think about going out, I touch gloves with a guy, and in the very first exchange he knocks me out. And I was like fucking obsessed with it. I couldn't get rid of it for months, and I was just like, I'm not fighting because that's going to happen. Like, I just got into my head that would first diggy lands, boom, I'm going to be flatlined. And then like, so what if I was? What difference would it make? But
these are the type of thoughts that cross your mind, though.
It's like, so bizarre, eh?
I think if they never crossed your mind, I don't know if you'd perform well.
No,
you know what I mean. I feel like you need to be a bit scared. Yeah, you need to be scared. Keeps you
safe.
Yeah, it does definitely.
Aye, that's what it is. It's your brain looking after you.
Like I've literally had dreams about folk knocking me out with like head kicks clean, and I went out the next day and I've smoked them. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy what your mind does to you, man.
I know. It doesn't want you to do it. Eh?
Aye, I think you just need to learn how to. Like,
he's know your friend for sure.
Aye, like no overcome it, but just kind of live with it. I'm going to have these thoughts.
Aye, that's what I try and do. I just go, right, I know what to expect, just ignore that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the only way to deal with it. What do you think will be the big pressures coming into your next one? Because they'll be there.
Yeah, they will be there. We'll see when it happens. Like,
do you think it'll be arena related again?
I'm not too sure. I felt quite comfortable there. Like when I was walking out and stuff, I was like, nah, this is good. This isn't what I was scared of.
This is right for me.
Yeah, I feel like when I get a fight announced, I get a bit of adrenaline. There might be a bit of pressure then, but it kind of goes away after a couple of days. But, in terms of pressure, man, it's not real at the end of the day, is it?
I like you say that, mate. That's what I say all the time too. Fucking slag me for it. This is all made up.
Yeah.
But it's only pressure you're putting on yourself.
Exactly.
And like, what, mate? What have you got to prove to anybody?
I know.
None.
Nothing.
Like you weren't meant to do. You weren't meant to do. You weren't meant to do well anyway.
I know.
So I feel a bit biased because obviously I know a bit more about you and I've known you for a long time, and I'm kind of being a wee bit like, no cryptic, but obviously I know things from before and things weren't going great, and
Aye.
there has been some quite fucking bad stuff happened to you, mate.
Aye.
There has been a couple more, no, just one. Like obviously I remember your sister passing away, like fucking getting very, very tragic shit happened to you, mate. If you just went, fuck this, I'm not doing this anymore. Nobody would have held it against you.
I know.
So mate, the level you've got to, and we get all sorts of people come on here, and I know lots, but I came for this sort of back, like, I do know where you stayed. I do know who you were going about with. I do know what you were doing. And for me personally, for you to have got past that, I had a bet against you.
Yeah.
To be totally honest, mate, I know loads of guys like you, and they,
Mate,
you know where they are. Like,
I know exactly. Like some of the people I used to hang around with, they're either dead or in jail.
Aye. I wondered if you were going to say that there, because they are. Like some of the guys you were friends with.
Yeah.
Like, and some of the stuff you were doing, and I know you were doing it too. They, you know, so again, I didn't want to go into it because it's not for me to talk about, and it's maybe something you're not ready to go into yet, but further down the road you'd maybe talk about that. But for me personally, I think it's amazing to see what you've done, and for you to say it's no inspiring, you're wrong, because even I go, fucking hell, do you know what I mean? There's somebody done it, and that's 10 years younger than me. So like, I'm able to go, nah, you can do it. Like, we can't all use this bullshit excuse that, well, we grew up here, so we just make a cunt of it. It's nonsense. So it's a well done for me, mate. And I'll always be one of your biggest supporters. Even I still remember that wee guy sitting in his white school shirt behind the gym fucking reception. So that's cool for me.
Thank you, bro.
I know.
Do you have any sponsors who support you and help you in your career?
Yeah, so I've actually got Podium Prize giveaway. They help me financially. Like, they give me money monthly to go towards like my travel costs and stuff like that, my food. I've also got Greenbox. Alex at Greenbox sorts out my strength and conditioning programs. My hairdresser, he gives me free haircuts. Like, what more could you ask for?
How often does he do it? Like,
I'm growing it out there. I'm going to grow it out there.
Me too.
Go for the Italian slick back.
The Italian style.
That's what it is.
These people are a massive help. And they, like, if it's financial or if it's just taking a burden off you, it makes a huge difference for us.
Nah, I'm grateful for them, man.
And we'll always help you if we can as well.
Yeah,
and if you're looking to sponsor Lorenzo, hit him up on his socials. We'll put them underneath. Great opportunity if you're looking to sponsor him, because they're obviously, you're able to have sponsors on your kit. So there's, if you're a brand and you're looking to push it, then there's an opportunity for you to be on TV. There's an opportunity for you to be on social media. There's a whole host for you to link up with a PFL fighter. So hit them up if you're looking to sponsor them. Also,
Dion at Elite Physiques as well. Like, my sports therapist gives me massages and that before fight week and stuff. So shout out to him as well, just in case.
We've also got a giveaway, Fanboy MMA.
Yeah.
So we'll be putting that out on social media to win some Lorenzo Parente merchandise.
That's class.
How does it feel seeing that stuff? You like that?
That's quite cool. Like, hopefully a few boys for the scheme. Want to get a Lorenzo Parente top.
You're going to get a canny monster out the shop in the morning. There'll be a boy in a Lorenzo Parente hoodie.
Listen, we really appreciate your time. And as always, hit up with social media. If you like his story, hit him up with some messages. And as always, keep it high, guys.
Thank you. Cheers, Lorenzo.
Cheers for having me on, guys.